and his shirt stained with the marks of many long days and nights on the road. He looked like a man out of place in a world of luxury. But what no one knew was that this moment, few mechanics turned their heads. The three women standing near the front desk exchanged puzzled glances. One of them, the manager, Miranda Hale, silver-haired and, "She's a beauty," he said softly. Then he looked up and announced in a gravelly voice that carried across the room, "I'll take 5 of these." The words hung in the air like an absurd joke. One of the women, the man, simply nodded, his expression calm. "I know," he said, "and I'll take 5. Before we continue, if you believe in kindness, second chances, and stories that remind us, no delusion, just a strange, quiet certainty." "Sir," she said, trying to keep her tone professional, "perhaps you're in the wrong place." Life had taken everything from him. His wife, Clara, had passed away in a hospital he couldn't afford to keep her in. His company, the small trucking business he built from scratch, had been swallowed by corporate sharks. In a single year, he'd gone from being, but Harold wasn't the kind to quit. He believed in the road, that long, endless path that could lead anywhere, if you just kept walking. Veterans, single mothers, the homeless, anyone who just needed a chance to stand again. He called it second route logistics, properly stamped, company details filled in, all signatures in place. Julia leaned closer, reading aloud, "Second Route Logistics Incorporated." Miranda frowned. "Who authorized this?" she asked. "Commercial Partnerships himself, a man who only approved orders of exceptional clients." Miranda looked up at Harold, stunned. "How?" The third woman, Serena, stepped forward and said quietly, "Mr. Brinley, I'm so sorry for," but he raised a hand gently. "No need," he said. "You were only doing what the world teaches, to see with eyes, not with heart." The next hour was a blur of activity. Papers were verified, she said quietly. When the trucks finally rolled out the next morning, driven by a team of men and women who had been sleeping in shelters just days earlier, the entire town watched. Word spread quickly, about the ragged men. Maybe kindness doesn't start with believing in others, but in giving them a chance to prove you wrong. If this story touched your heart, please like, share, and subscribe to Kindness Corner, where real stories remind us that compassion can change the world. Before we end, tell us in the comments, what would you have done if you were in Miranda's place that day? Would you have laughed too, or listened a little closer? Because sometimes, the most extraordinary souls walk